What if I told you that most people live their entire lives inside a prison? Not one made of walls and bars, but an invisible prison built from their own beliefs. You don't see it, you don't feel it, but it quietly dictates every choice you make, every opportunity that you reach for, and every result you get. The money you earn, the bad health that you accept, the relationships that you allow. All of it flows from the beliefs that you've installed in your subconscious mind. And here's the kicker. Most of those beliefs, they're not even yours. They were handed to you by your parents, by teachers, by culture, by media. Today we're going to unlock that prison door, because until you break free, no amount of effort is going to truly change your life. There's an old story about a baby elephant in India. I'm sure you've heard it. When the elephant was very young, its trainer chained it to a heavy stake in the ground. The baby pulled, tugged, and struggled with all its might, but it was just too small and too weak to break free. Eventually, the elephant gave up. It learned, I can't escape. Years later, that same elephant grew into a massive and powerful adult, strong enough to knock down trees. Yet all it took to control it was a simple rope tied to that same stake. Why? Because the elephant believed it couldn't escape. The prison wasn't the rope, it was the belief. We're no different. Most of us are living with invisible ropes tied to old beliefs we picked up years ago. Beliefs that no longer reflect our true potential. And until we challenge them, we'll live as if we're powerless, even though the truth is we've been free all along. Your subconscious beliefs act like the operating system of your life. If you believe deep down that you're not worthy of success, well, guess what? You'll sabotage yourself every time you get even close to success. If you believe money is hard to come by, you'll never see opportunities that could make you wealthy. If you believe all the relationships that you have end badly, you'll unconsciously repeat that same pattern. It's like trying to run the latest software on a 20-year-old computer. It doesn't matter how smart or talented you are. Your system crashes because the old programming just can't handle it. That's the invisible prison. Your beliefs set the limits of what's possible for you. You weren't born with limiting beliefs. You picked them up. Think about it. A parent says, we can't afford that. And your young mind hears, money's scarce. A teacher says, you're not good at math. Your brain installs, I'm not smart. A heartbreak convinces you, love always leads to pain. Each of those becomes a brick in the wall of your invisible prison. And over time, you stop questioning it. That's why change feels so hard. You're not fighting laziness. You're fighting the invisible programming that's running 95% of your daily actions. If you want tools that actually rewrite those subconscious programs so your autopilot starts working for you instead of against you, check out Zygon Premium. I'll tell you how you can try it free for a month at the end of this episode. So how do you break out? Well, you don't just think positive. That's like scratching the paint on the prison walls. Real change requires 3 steps, and I'll break down each one for you. The first, self-awareness. You can't change what you don't see. Start by noticing your self-talk. Pay attention to the phrases that you repeat to yourself. I'm not good with money. I'll never lose weight. That's just not me. Each one of those is a clue, a thread that you can pull on. Write them down. Don't judge them, just notice. Because once it's on paper, you can then see the prison walls clearly instead of stumbling around in the dark. Number 2, challenge the belief. Next, ask, where did this belief come from? Who handed it to me? A parent? A teacher? A past failure? And here's the big one. Is it absolutely true? Most of the time you'll realize it was never your belief in the first place. It was someone else's limitation that you've been carrying around like a backpack full of bricks. So you have to challenge it, argue with it, build a case against it like a lawyer in court. If you believe I'm bad at business, go find examples where you made a smart decision. If you believe I'm unlovable, write down every relationship where someone cared about you. Evidence is how you weaken that old wiring. And 3, reprogram the belief. Now comes the key. You can't just delete a belief, you have to replace it. And you do that through repetition, identity shifts, and subconscious programming. Here's how. Repetition. Create a new belief statement that reflects the life that you want. Say it, write it, live it daily until it feels natural. Identity shifts. Start acting as the person who already holds that belief. If your new belief is, I'm a disciplined person, then every time you make your bed, finish a workout, or keep a promise, you are reinforcing that identity. Subconscious programming. Now, this is where the tools like Zygon come in, because your subconscious runs 95% of your life on autopilot. You need to feed it new instructions, not once, but over and over until it becomes your default operating system. When you do these 3 simple things consistently, something amazing happens. The operating system rewires itself. The invisible walls begin to crumble. And suddenly, life opens up to entirely new possibilities that you never even saw before. Now here's the truth. Your beliefs shape your destiny. Every thought you repeat, every story you tell yourself, every assumption that you accept without question becomes the blueprint for your life. If you believe you're stuck, you're going to stay stuck. You'll walk right past opportunities that could change everything because your brain filters them out and you'll never even see them. If you believe you're free, you'll begin to act like it. You'll try new things. You'll risk more. And as soon as you take those actions, well, the world starts to reorganize around that freedom. Doors open, people show up, circumstances shift. That's not magic. That's the power of belief redirecting your focus, and your focus shaping your results. Think about it. Belief is the difference between the person who gives up after one rejection and the person who keeps going until they succeed. Belief is what separates the athlete who breaks world records from the one who never makes it out of their hometown. So the question is this: what invisible prison are you still living in? Is it the belief that you never have enough money, that you're not lovable, that success is for other people but not for you? That's your past and is defining your future. So then ask yourself, what belief would I need to adopt today to walk out of that prison? Because once you change the belief, everything else will follow. Your behavior changes, your decisions change, and before long, your entire life changes. That's how powerful your beliefs really are. Okay, let's get into our Q&A segment. Question number 1, what if I don't know what beliefs are holding me back? Well, that's actually really common. Most people don't just sit around thinking, gee, what limiting beliefs do I have today? But here's a simple way to find them. Look at your results. Whatever you feel stuck in, money, health, relationships, there's always a belief sitting underneath, running the show. So ask yourself, what would I have to believe to keep creating the same outcome over and over? This question then cuts right through the surface and shines a light on that hidden program. Question 2, what if I uncover a belief, but it feels true? That's the tricky part. Limiting beliefs always feel true. That's why they work so well. They're like glasses that you've been wearing so long, you forget that they're even on your face. But here's the thing. Feelings aren't facts. A belief is just a story that you've rehearsed for so many years that it feels like reality. And the good news is you can write a new story. You can rehearse a different script until that feels real instead. Question 3. How long does it take to change a belief? Well, it depends. I know that's not the answer that you want to hear, but some beliefs shift in an instant, like flipping a light switch. You have a breakthrough, and suddenly you see yourself differently. Other beliefs take time, weeks or even months of consistent reprogramming. But here's the encouraging part. Neuroscience tells us that your brain is rewiring itself every single day. So the more often you feed it the new story, the faster the change takes root. Question 4. What's the fastest way to reprogram my beliefs? Immerse yourself. Don't just say an affirmation once and expect your life to suddenly transform. That's like doing one push-up and wondering why you don't have abs. You've got to surround yourself with new inputs, new people, and new identity habits that support the belief that you want to install. And when you combine that with subconscious reprogramming tools like the ones inside Zygon, you accelerate the process. It's like upgrading your mental operating system instead of trying to patch the old one. The walls of your prison aren't real. They're made of thought. And the moment you see that you realize that you've had the key to escape all along, well, everything changes. So don't just nod your head and move on to the next video. Decide today to identify one limiting belief and challenge it. Really look at it for what it is. Then replace it with something that actually serves you. And if you want to go deeper, if you want the tools that rewrite your subconscious autopilot, try Zygon free for a month. You'll be amazed at how fast those walls fall when your mind is programmed for freedom. The links are below. And remember this, your life expands or contracts based on what you believe is possible. So why not believe in more? Give it a try. And remember, nothing changes if nothing changes.